and an army of snakes came pouring in.
For Venom TV, I'm Jim Cerny, hanging out with the coach of the Venom, Josh Newberg. And Josh, training camp kind of behind you, the big lights of opening night kind of staring at you. You're just a few days away right now. How you feeling about the group? And I know you're still pulling this roster together.
I'm definitely feeling really good about the group. There's a little bit of jitters going on, a little bit of nervousness, but the boys are gelling really well. I think the leadership group is doing a really good job of getting everybody on the same page. We don't have a whole lot of time, so we're trying to hammer out some of the systems, but I think everyone's getting along right now, and that's really positive.
Now, that sounds like a big takeaway. Is that the biggest takeaway, or what is the biggest takeaway that you came away from training camp with?
That's definitely a big one. Again, we're still untested, so Friday will tell us a lot. But me and MJ are really trying to set that kind of positive culture and have everybody on the same page. And again, although we don't have all the time in the world, I think it's going pretty well for the progress that we have in the short amount of time that we have.
Now, we got a little look, a little dress rehearsal, bunch of guys trying out on last Saturday in the preseason game. What kind of takeaway was it for you and for the coaching staff coming out of that preseason game?
Well, there were some positive takeaways for sure. I think, sometimes you see the negatives more than the positives, but there definitely were some positives out there. I think John Moriarty really impressed us in goal. I was very pleased with that, and some of the forwards started clicking together, and they continued to in practice this week so far. So, me and we're just trying to roll with the punches, take the positives as we can, and try to match lines right now, see who has the chemistry.
And you took a sigh of relief, I'm sure, when Rasmus Asp gets hit up high in the face and comes away, and he doesn't look pretty right now, but at least knowing that the injury was not nearly as bad as maybe you first were concerned about.
It could have been worse for sure. He's just a little less pretty for a little while. That's all. But yeah, I mean, when I say roll with the punches, I mean there's so many things. We lost two top defensemen in the first half of the game there. Yeah. So that kind of put us down. We were short-staffed on D, but I think some of the guys really band together and they realized, they had to fill that role a bit. And we didn't win the game, but we got through it with some positives.
Well, so you go through a training camp with a group of players and you try guys in different lines and all that, but you're still adding players here, as we get closer to opening night. And you don't have your final roster together yet, but you do add a couple really, really talented players this week. Yeah. So why don't we touch on that, starting with Jesper Eriksson, who's coming over in a trade and will be reporting to the team shortly. And I would assume you'd probably be pretty happy to pencil his name into the lineup on Friday night if he's ready. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's really about kind of filling the missing holes for me. I'm trying to find, what piece we're missing, and I think he can add to our already strong forward lineup. And you got David Gaeta has showed up as well. He was in camp in the ECHL at Trois-Rivières, and he came back. You had his rights. He comes back here. Those are two big forward additions that you're adding right before opening night. Oh, yeah. Gaeta is already comfortable with the guys. He played with some of the Elmira guys last year, and he's really happy to be here, which is a really good thing. I think a happy player plays well. So we're trying to keep everybody positive and see who he gels with. I think him and Jesso could be a really good starting line for us. How flexible does a coach in this league need to be? Your roster can change really minute by minute. You try and keep your core group together, but things happen all the time in this league, and guys are in, guys are out, and everything. Is that something that you're learning already just a couple weeks in? Yeah, I'm learning every day, but I've really, we've had some talks with the team about, we're going to have to roll with the punches. So how do we adapt to that? Right. Some of the adaptions are going to be huge, especially in a league like this with so many roster changes and long travel and things like that. And so far, I like what I see on how guys adapt to things. We haven't been tested yet, so the true test will be this weekend. But adaptions. Final one for you. Talk about true test right off the bat. Get the defending Commissioner's Cup champions, home and home, starting Friday night here, 7 o'clock at Icetime Sports Complex against Binghamton. Then you go up to Binghamton on Saturday, so you get them back-to-back to start the season. A team where you were captain, a place that you played, MJ played. Talk a little bit about that and the challenge right out of the hopper, and a team that's already played a couple games, a couple regular season games.
Yeah, we are a little behind on them, but I think a lot of the guys are just really excited for the opportunity. I mean, if we can pull out a win here, it would be huge. It would be a great start to what we got going here, and we'll be prepared. That's all I can say.
Good stuff. He's Josh Newberg. He's head coach of the Venom. And indeed, they dropped the puck on the season. 7 p.m. Friday night, Icetime Sports Complex right here in Newburgh against the defending champion, Binghamton Black Bears. We're looking forward to it. Best of luck, and thanks for your time, Coach.
Thanks so much, Jim.